Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Oaklawn Park here on closing day. It is Saturday, May the 4th, 2019. I'm going to look at the late double from Oaklawn, the 11th and 12th race. But before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world. And closing day from Oaklawn, sad to see it go, but I really enjoyed their past meeting, and I think the keeping the meeting open until May, or the first weekend of May, was a good idea, and I think I think it paid off. So let's look at the closing day feature. We're going to look at race 11, and I'm going to throw in the 12th race, which is the usual closing day finale, a mile 3/4 Trails End handicap starter stakes. So we'll look at that. So we're going to look at races 11 and 12. The 11th race from Oaklawn, it's the inaugural Oaklawn Invitational. It's going for a purse of $300,000. Races for 3-year-olds by invitation only. They created this race to kind of use it as a local preparation for the Preakness at Pimlico in 2 weeks, or possibly even the Belmont Stakes in 5 weeks. But with that being said, the winner gets an automatic berth to the Preakness at Pimlico. We have a field of 11 horses heading to post, a distance of ground here of 1,800 meters, with a distance of ground of mile and 1/8 on the main track. 1,800 meters, mile and 1/8 main track. Top selection, the Invitational. I'm going to go to the number 6 horse, Wicked Indeed. I'm going to go 6'10", 3/8 in the superfecta. 6'10", 3/8 super. Top selection, 6 horse, Wicked Indeed. 3-year colt by Tabit. Steve Asmussen trains. Richard Ramia picks up the mount. The horse's most recent outing came the 24th of March, Sunland, a mile and 1/8 in the Grade 3 Sunland Derby. He finished 4th by 7.5 lengths there, and he just sat mid-pack most. The race was wide, and he just never really showed up. It wasn't his day to win. I think coming back to Oaklawn, the home base for this horse all winter, he should just run a lot better. Before then, the Mind That Bird Derby at Sunland, on mile 16th, February the 24th, he finished second by a length. He sat back early from a wide post, drew on a wide trip, but he had a great turn of foot at the end, and he closed up well. It was a good effort. And then the Lecomte at the Fairgrounds, mile 70, January the 19th, he finished 4th by 6.5 lengths, and he just really didn't have anything from the inside. It wasn't his day to win. And then the Fairgrounds, mile 70 on the 22nd of December at Ops 50 Claimer, first start against winners. He finished 3rd by 5 3/4 lengths, just had nothing. But I think coming back to Oaklawn, where he's been training well, I think he'll really run a good race. A little bit of speed in this race for him should suit up for a horse like him. Good post draw, 12-1. These races at Oaklawn can be random sometimes, and I think he's a random horse, so I'll take him as a top selection. So to recap my selection for the 11th from Oaklawn, it's the inaugural Oaklawn Invitational. Let's go to the 6 horse Wicked Indeed, and let's go 6'10", 3/8 in the superfecta. So now let's get to the meat finale from Oaklawn, the 12th race. It is the Trails End starter allowance. It's going for a purse $55,000. Race for 3-year-olds and upwards. Never start for a claim price $10,000 or less in 2018 or 19. It's the final leg of the local marathon series. Field of 10 horses, including a part of an entry going the distance of ground here of 2,800 meters, or the distance of ground of a mile and 3/4 on the main track. 2,800 meters, a mile 3/4 main track. Top selection here, I'm going to go to the number 6 horse, who is Street Trust. I'm going to go 6'3", 4'8" in the superfecta. 6'3", 4'8" super. Top selection, 6 horse, Street Trust. 4-year-old gelding by Street Sense. Steve Asmussen trains, getting the leg up of Ramon Vasquez. The horse's most recent outing came the 13th of April here at Oaklawn on a very sloppy Arkansas Derby card. A mile 9/16 and a star allowance race 10,000. Similar conditions as today, but just a little bit shorter. He finished 3rd by 3.5 lengths, but because this horse got bumped by 2 horses and squeezed in the stretch, they actually disqualified the 1st and 2nd place finisher, and they put this horse on top. A very rare disqualification, but it was, he did deserve the victory because he just got sucker punched in the stretch. Before that, though, at Oaklawn, a mile 3/16 star allowance race 10,000. He won by a neck. He stalked early on. He got the lead, and then he took off clear. A very good run. And then a week earlier, 10 days earlier at Oaklawn, a mile 3/16 in the star allowance, he finished 3rd by 2 1/4 lengths, and he just never had that good turn of foot. It was a weird run. He should have did a lot better than he did. And then another race at Oaklawn, 1 mile star allowance race, 10,000. He had a wide poster, and he finished 5th by 11.5 lengths. He left off the gate, and then he just kind of weakened out of it. I think coming here, going a mile 3/4 where they're going to go slow early on, sitting closer to the front end. I think he could get I think he could get a better trip, and I think he could, stay the distance well. 2-1, I'll take him here. I would single him in the late double. So to recap my selection for the 12th from Oaklawn, it's the Trails End. I'm going to go with the 6-horse Street Trust, and I'll go 6-3-4-8 in the superfecta. So good luck to all, and please follow me on Twitter at HorseRacingKid5.